Let's start in Asia. What are we seeing?
Well, let's have a look at Japan. I mean, we've got 14,500 odd cases there, deaths approaching 500. A horrible number, but actually the lowest official tally among G7 countries. We've got Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. He's going to be extending the national emergency over the outbreak. He'll be doing that until the end of the month. That information coming from the national broadcaster NHK. Abe had earlier signaled that it would be difficult to lift the emergency on the 6th of May as originally had been planned because simply the healthcare system is overwhelmed. The extension does mean the regional governors are essentially in favor of keeping these measures. Will really continue to be empowered, if you will, to direct businesses to close and also to urge private citizens to stay at home. It's sad, experts warning of the risk of letting more people travel around and let their guard down. And in fact, taking a look at other countries in this part of the world as well, which are discussing an extension. In fact, we have the Indian government and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi extending the stay-at-home orders for another 2 weeks there from the 4th of May, i.e. today, but he did ease restrictions in some areas, and he's looking at ways to increase liquidity and credit to businesses as a way to restart the economy. But according to a poll of CEOs conducted by a national magazine, it'll take at least more than a year for the Indian economy to recover. Business activity severely hit, of course, by the nationwide lockdown. Moving on to the Philippines, essentially all international flights are being cancelled with the exception of cargo and some others there as well. And that's really down to the pressure on the quarantine system currently there as well. And that's really where we are at the moment, with some of these countries just looking to increase the restrictions that they do have, and also at the same time naturally keep an eye on not letting their guard down.
Rish, what about those who think in terms of letting their guard down? You could perceive it that way, but those who believe that the worst is now over, we're over the peak, we should be prepared to end the lockdowns.
Well, let's have a look at Hong Kong and where we are at the moment. This is the first day that government officials are returning to work. It does start really at the moment for this part of the world, or this territory at the moment. We're just kind of coming out of things. There's a feeling of normality on the streets. Singapore, not quite the case here. The country there also did reduce some of the lockdowns there as well. They are putting in place sustainable measures to prevent a flare-up of the coronavirus outbreak too as well. Employees who can work from home will probably have to continue doing so even after the country's partial lockdown ends on the 1st of June. We have at the moment sectors such as manufacturing, which require workers to be on site. They should start making preparations for the gradual reopening of the economy in the next coming weeks here as well. Now, more than 80% of Singapore's workforce is now working at home. The city-state implemented a so-called circuit breaker, of course, including the closure of schools and most workplaces. That was in early April. Currently, so that's where we are with some of these countries, which are just seeing a bit of light at the end of the tunnel.